To this story now, just 3 years ago, Business Leadership South Africa called for the suspension of management consultancy Bain Co. This is over its alleged role in state capture. The BLSA has since lifted Bain's suspension. Now remember, the same BLSA singled out Bain in 2018, saying it aided in the collapse of the South African Revenue Service. CEO of the Institute of Social and Corporate Ethics, Athol Williams, joins me now live from the mother city to discuss this further. Your reaction, first of all, sir, to BLSA now lifting the ban on Bain Co.
I was shocked by that decision by Business Leadership South Africa. At the Institute for Social and Corporate Ethics, we take ethical business quite seriously. And a big part of ethical business is accountability. And we supported fully this decision by BLSA to suspend Bain. In fact, I was expecting Bain to be expelled, not just suspended, completely removed from BLSA. So to reverse this and actually welcome Bain back and endorse them, for me, is a major issue, Masego, as an inflection point in our democracy, because this decision says that business sees themselves as separate from society. The ethics we in society hold of rejecting state capture and corruption, this is business saying, no, we embrace corruption and state capture by embracing one of the primary actors in state capture.
They would probably come back and say we're trying to re-administer Bain as a company. They'll probably come up with many different reasons why they felt they needed to, lift the ban on Bain. But what is it that you think Bain should have done to probably show some sort of remorse in their role in state capture?
Seho, we don't even have to go to what I think. Let's go to what Business Leadership South Africa themselves said Bain must do. When they suspended Bain, and over the last 3 years, BLSA have been talking about what Bain must do. They mentioned 5 factors, right? BLSA said Bain needs to conduct an independent investigation. BLSA says Bain had to cooperate with the commissions, both Nugent and Zondo. They needed to make full disclosure. They needed to act decisively with all those people at Bain who were involved, and BLSA said Bain needs to make proportionate amends. So these are the 5 factors that BLSA themselves have put out there. And I have argued that none of those 5 factors have been met. Bain did not conduct an independent investigation, Masego, because the law firm who conducted the investigation was Bain's law firm. Baker McKenzie was advising Bain while conducting the investigation. Now, I'm no legal expert, but I am curious and I want to be educated on how a law firm can conduct an independent investigation if they were also advising Bain on their legal risk and what to submit to the Zondo and the Nugent Commission. So they haven't done any of the 5 things BLSA said they must do. They haven't even done amends, right? Sure, Bain has paid back the fees they earned from SARS, but how can 200 million rand, Masego, compensate for the long-term devastating effect of what Bain did at SARS? And these are BLSA's words. We can't just say paying back the fees is enough.
Now, as an institution yourselves, I assume you have the right to consult with BLSA and find out from them what motivated this decision. Have you done this and have they responded?
Well, interestingly, 17 civil society organizations have sent a letter to BLSA asking for explanations of what's going on there. And we haven't had a reply yet. It was just sent yesterday, so we're giving BLSA some time. But BLSA have refused to come into the air for all of my discussions. I know the media has invited comment from BLSA, and they've refused. So they are refusing to be held accountable. And again, I go back to this important point for me around accountability if we're going to build an ethical society. Professor Bonang Mohali called what Bain did heinous crimes. Now, how can we be in a society where an organization commits heinous crimes against our people and yet we embrace them? And this is the important thing in Masego. We keep talking about these organizations, but they're amorphous, right? What is Bain? Who is Bain? What is BLSA? We don't know what they are. We need to start talking about the real people there, because the people at Bain live among us. The offices are in Melrose Arch in Johannesburg. They are represented in South Africa by Norman Mbazima. Now, Mr. Norman Mbazima also sits on the Reserve Bank of our country. He's also the chairman of Anglo Platts. So we mustn't talk about this Bain as if some mythical figure. We need to hold people accountable. So for me, if Mr. Norman Mbazima is taking a fee from Bain, his daughter works at Bain, and he's representing Bain in our country, it seems that he's got to explain his behavior to us. He should explain what's happening at Bain. The same with BLSA, right? The chairman of BLSA is Nonkululeko Nyambizi. Now, she sits on the board of the JSE. She sits on the board of Anglo as well. Good friend with Mr. Norman Mbazima. She sits on the board of other companies. These people, our fellow citizens, need to explain to us as citizens why they are embracing a company who Professor Bonang Mahali says was at the heart of state capture, committing heinous crimes.
Absolutely, and we'll definitely try as eNCA to get a response from those people. Athol Williams, let me thank you very much for your time. He is from the Institute of Social and Corporate Elements.